This is the Caroma Peak 1200 watt electric scooter. It boasts a battery range of 30 miles and it can hit speeds of 20 miles per hour. And inside this video, we're going to be testing this out to see whether or not this is one of the better budget scooters that you can buy. To do that, we'll be breaking down this video into 4 main parts. We'll start off with the unboxing and the setup where we will build it out step by step. Then we'll move into discussing all of the features in this electric scooter. Next, and probably my favorite part, we'll be doing a ride test where we will test out the scooter's range, speed, handling, among other things. And lastly, I'll wrap everything up with my final thoughts as to why this scooter may be worth buying. Before we jump into all of that, I must say that I was sent this to review inside this video. However, all of my thoughts and opinions are my own. And with that being said, here's the unboxing. And this is what it looks like out of the box. It looks like it's pretty well assembled. We might just need to attach the handlebar and a few other accessories, and that's probably it. Speaking of accessories, we have the basket. We also have a 54.6 volt, 1.5 amp output battery charger. We also get some reflectors, the keys to the scooter, and some various Allen wrenches along with a user manual. Setup for a scooter like this is fairly simple. First thing we do is lock down the stem on the scooter. Then we unscrew the handlebar cage at the top. Then we set the handlebar in place and tighten it down. Next, I got the seat post in the correct position and tighten it down. Finally, I installed the accessories like the basket using the screws that were already in place, and I installed some reflectors. And this was the final result. When it comes to features, we have a height adjustable handlebar, a kickstand, a basket on the back, dual disc brakes, and if we turn on the scooter, you'll notice we have a bright screen that shows us the battery level. And if we move down from there, we have our headlight, which is fairly bright. We have our brakes, which is also going to light up the integrated taillight. And of course, we have our horn. From there, we have metal fenders and a battery that can be charged on the outside of the scooter. Now that we've gone through all the features, let's take it on a test drive. There are quite a few things that I want to test out when it comes to this scooter. First off, as far as handling goes, this scooter is pretty nimble. Of course, there's going to be a lot of turning radius with just a little nudge on the handles here, but despite not having any suspension, it's handling these bumps pretty well. I mean, obviously, it would be better with suspension, but for a scooter at this price point, it's doing pretty good with the bumps in the road. I would say overall, it offers a pretty comfortable ride. I really like the large seat, and there's plenty of space to put your feet at the bottom. We've come to kind of an off-roading situation here. We have some dirt roads. Just want to see how it handles on dirt trails. Obviously, this is made to be on the road, but so far it's doing a pretty good job. Pretty rocky, pretty bumpy, but we're still able to drive this on dirt paths. I just wouldn't recommend driving this on dirt paths for miles on end, but if you have to go on some dirt, it can handle it. So let's take this little offshoot here and just see how it does. So you probably can hear from my voice, this is a very, very bumpy experience, but so far we're not getting any slippage, and the tread on the tires is handling this loose dirt pretty well overall. I want to do a speed test starting from 0 to see how fast we can get this scooter to go. So here we go. I'm cranking down the throttle as much as I can, and this is probably going to be about the fastest that the scooter will go right here. It doesn't seem to be picking up any more speed, so this will be the top speed. The fastest speed that we hit on the Caroma Peak was about 19 miles an hour. So we got pretty close to that quoted 20 miles per hour, but we didn't quite reach it. If you have a fully charged battery, I'm sure you could hit the 20 miles per hour mark. However, we didn't hit it in our testing. Now that we've discussed handling and speed, let's go ahead and try out the brakes. So, yep, the brakes do work, but you can expect it to be a little bit of a longer braking time, so definitely give yourself some room if you have to brake in a hurry. Overall, the mechanical disc brakes work just fine. They are a little bit squishy, but they are going to get the job done when you have to stop in a hurry, and of course, being on a scooter, you can always just plant your feet to stop. It's hard to say how much range we can get out of the battery because we don't really have any kind of odometer on here or battery level. It's reading that we still have a full battery. We've probably gone about a mile so far on this trek. So if you keep it at lower speeds, you could probably expect that 20 to 30 mile an hour range. But if you are really revving up this scooter and going at those higher speeds, maybe only expect about a 10 to 15 mile range out of the battery. But overall, this has been a pretty comfortable and easy ride. I love that it has a seat. I do wish that it had a little bit of suspension for these bumps, but overall, if you're staying on smooth trails or smooth roads, expect a pretty smooth ride overall. When it comes down to it, you're getting a very comfortable and capable electric scooter with the Caroma Peak. This electric scooter is going to get really close to that 20 mile per hour mark, and you can probably get 30 miles out of a single charge of the battery if you go pretty slow. Some of the standout features include the folding stem that allows for easy portability, a very comfortable seat, as well as an integrated headlight and brake light. Plus, those metal fenders are a nice touch. One of the areas that could use improvement would be the screen that shows the battery level, because you don't really have a speedometer or an odometer on there, and you don't really know how far you've gone on your scooter or how much range you have left. And then of course, suspension would be nice, but if you stay on those smoother trails or packed dirt trails, then you're really not going to run into many issues. Overall, I can recommend the Caroma Peak 1200 watt electric scooter. I think that it's worth buying. Thank you so much for watching this video review, and I hope that it helped. My name's David, and I do product reviews, product comparisons, and top 5 best videos inside of the home and tech niches. So if you're into that kind of stuff, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for when I release my next video.